are you aware of the story of Jericho, the fall of
The
Jericho?
walls of Jericho. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so if you would like to, I can point you in the direction of a YouTube video to like actually see footage of the area around it, if you want at some point. But the actually, I can tell your audience how to look it up if you want to. This will, of course, be from a Christian perspective. But if you want to see the video, I mean, you can mute it if you want, I guess. There is video of Jericho that you can watch on the YouTube channel Expedition Bible. And so all you have to do is find the right video and you'll be able to see him walking around the ruins, and you can actually see video of what the place looks like. And it's important because if you want to know if the text is telling you the truth, when it describes something physically, it should have all the details right. So in the fall of Jericho, it describes, firstly, that the walls collapse, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the beginning of the fall of Jericho. I mean, they've been marching around and stuff, but you wouldn't expect to find physical evidence of people marching several thousand years ago.
I believe
Collapsed walls.
I believe I've seen the video that you're referencing. I've seen it years ago, but I've seen something like it. There is indeed physical evidence of it.
Yeah, but that's just a detail. So the walls collapse, right? They collapse outward.
Mm-hmm.
So the city of Jericho during this period, and still today, where its ruins are, was basically built on a hill created by a retaining wall. So there's a retaining wall holding up the hill, and then you've got fortifications on top. The fortifications collapsed, the retaining wall didn't. And as a result, you had a ramp of the wall rubble leading up into the city. So when the Bible describes the Israelites attacking, it talks about them going up into the city. This matches the archaeology. Now, by itself, this wouldn't be a big piece of evidence, but then the Bible also says this took place just after harvest. And in the ruins of Jericho, on that layer, you find freshly harvested grain. Further, it says they put the city to the torch, which is exactly what you find. You find a layer of fire destruction. So these are 4 specific ways to go, did this passage tell me the truth? Is what the Bible is saying here, can it be shown to be true? And obviously, you can argue about whether or not God did it and how many times they marched exactly. I think that's largely foolishness. But when it comes to things you can check, physical evidence matches precisely what was said, which lends credence, which makes it look more likely that the rest is also true. I mean, that's one example, but I think a pretty clear one.
Yeah, I mean it's a very well-known story, of course. Even like used to this day. I mean, there's literally a wrestler, Chris Jericho, who his finishing move is the walls of Jericho. So which is it's more like a modified Boston Crab. So I don't know how much it actually has to do with the whole biblical perspective, but still it's made its way into pop culture. It's a very well known story indeed. The blowing of the ram horns, the marching around the city. If there is a story of the Bible that is not the creation story or the crucifixion or whatever, it's a very, very well known one. And I think,
and again, it's a thing that you can show physically.
Mm-hmm.
The parts that you'd expect to be able to find are there as described. And this is the case, and I would challenge your audience to look into this if they get the chance. Check, see if the Bible's accurate when it talks about history, because if it is, then you need to take seriously its spiritual claims. There are over 35,000 archaeological digs made directly related to the subject matter of the Bible. Not one of them has proven it false.